All right, strap in everyone because we are going deep on this one. Today, we are heading to Morocco.
Morocco.
Yeah, but not just like a typical tourist trip. We are going to explore it by bike.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, well, specifically gravel bikes. We are going to be talking about following the ancient caravan routes.
Wow, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's kind of adventure that just grabs you. You know, you've got the physical challenge of the ride itself.
Right.
But then layered on top of that, you're literally traveling through time and culture.
Yeah, I can see that. It's like the romance of those old caravan routes, all the stories they hold.
Exactly. It just makes you want to get out there and discover them. You know?
Absolutely.
So I'm definitely excited to dig into this, but I think we need to start with some context.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, what's the deal with Morocco and these caravan routes? Paint us a picture of that history.
All right, well, you've got to understand, Morocco, going way back, it was this crossroads of civilizations, and these caravan routes, they weren't just some random trails in the desert. They were like the veins and arteries of the region.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah. These were these massive processions of traders, camels loaded down with spices from the Orient.
Oh, wow.
Silks, gold, all kinds of treasures, basically. And they were crossing landscapes that were super diverse.
I bet.
Yeah. You had rolling plains, but then also like the rugged Atlas Mountains, and then of course the Sahara Desert itself.
Whoa, so this was a serious undertaking.
Oh yeah.
Now, you mentioned some specific cities, Marrakech, Fez, and Essaouira. What was their role in all of this?
Well, each city had its own kind of specialty. Like, think of it as this giant network.
Yeah.
And each city was like a vital node in that network. Marrakech, you know, the Red Sea, right. Major stop on that Trans-Saharan route. It was just this bustling hub, traders dealing in everything you can imagine, textiles. Then you've got Fez.
Okay.
With its crazy, like, maze-like Medina.
I've seen pictures. It's amazing.
It was a center for scholarship and craftsmanship, you might be surprised to learn. It was a global intellectual hub.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It rivaled, like, the Library of Alexandria back in the day, the universities there, they drew scholars from the entire Islamic world.
Ah, never knew that.
And then you have Essaouira,
Okay.
a beautiful coastal city, a vital port. That's where, like, Africa really met Europe.
That makes sense.
Yeah, goods were exchanged there, cultures mixed. It was really, really interesting.
Okay, so it's not just a bike ride. You're basically pedaling through like a living museum.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like you said, every turn could reveal some hidden piece of history.
That's what I love about this idea.
Yeah.
But okay, let's get real for a second. I'm no pro biker. What kind of terrain are we talking about here?
Yeah, good question.
Like, how much of this is romantic sunset versus like, you know, gritty survival?
Well, I think that's what makes it so cool is that blend, right? You get these rolling plains, good for, you know, a nice workout.
Sure.
But then you've got these rugged mountains. That's where the mental fortitude comes in.
Right.
And yeah, there will be parts that go through the Sahara itself.
Oh, wow.
You really experience the silence out there.
So planning has got to be super important.
Absolutely. This is not a casual weekend ride for sure.
Okay.
Knowing your route is essential.
Yeah.
You got to have the right gear, durable tires. Like, really think about it.
Water. Oh,
Ample water,
die.
navigation tools. You're going to be in some remote areas. And honestly, consider hiring a local guide.
That's a good idea.
Not just for knowing the route, but for like the cultural insight.
So you're respectful too. Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, this is making me want to like just ditch work and get on a plane right now.
I hear ya.
There's just something so alluring about it. But before we go, I have to ask, what's the most captivating part of this whole experience for you?
That's a tough one.
I know, right?
But I think it's like the layers of time. You know what I mean? You're not just seeing history, you're part of it.
I like that.
Yeah, you feel that, like that grit beneath your tires. And it's the same grit that those traders felt, you know, centuries ago. It really makes you think. You're pedaling through those landscapes, but also through time.
That's so well said. And as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave everyone with this thought. Imagine yourself on that bike. Sun on your face, the wind, like carrying those whispers of stories from the past. What would you be carrying on this modern day caravan? What are the things you would bring with you? And what treasures do you think you might find along the way?
That's a great question.
Thanks for joining me on this journey.
This was awesome.
And until next time, keep exploring.
Absolutely.
Happy travels, everyone.
Yeah, happy travels.